Scorpio, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first visit. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. We're using the This Might Hurt tarot deck this week, and we're doing intuitive reads again. So some of the interpretations of the cards may not align with your standard understanding of Rider-Waite energy interpretations, but for this week I'm going with my intuition and what I'm hearing from Spirit and what I'm seeing in the imagery of the cards. There is, what did I want to say? Oh, so Scorpio, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising placements, any of those. And it is a general reading. So if the message I'm giving doesn't sound like your life, doesn't resonate, don't try to force the fit, okay? It may just not be your energies I'm picking up on this week, in which case there are many excellent readers on YouTube, and one of them may have your message for you this week. So let's look at where we're at. I recently listened to a podcast from Lindsay Mack and her Wild Soul Tarot, and she did a review, basically a deep dive on the Ten of Swords. And if you haven't checked out her work, please do. It's amazing stuff. She's really phenomenal and so gentle. Her soul is just beautiful. But I wanted to say this Ten of Swords, her podcast about that has really changed my perspective. And so I'm going to say that this Ten of Swords isn't as gory as it may appear in the imagery. What it is a change going on in your life, and it is unfamiliar to your brain. So your brain is seeing it as a death of a part of you. Something has ended, something is shifting and changing in a way that is irrevocable. And that's not a bad thing necessarily, but to your brain, it's unable to process an understanding of the present reality because of this change. And so it may start to freak out a bit. It may start to ratchet up the fear elements. It's feeding out into your body, because of whatever is changing, not being yet familiar. It looks to me like what may be changing, Scorpio, is your intimate connection with another. There is perhaps either a new love that you very quickly become quite intimate with, emotionally and physically, or there's an existing relationship. And in that relationship, you're opening new doors for one another. You're getting much more close emotionally than you have been in the past. I would say this is a situation of lovers. It could be just finding a friend that you are intimately, really, really tight with. Pardon me just a moment. I've done quite well not to get the cold that's been going around the household, but I do have a bit of a cough this morning. You are really accessing a deep inner truth of yours this week. Something that I won't say you didn't know it before, but maybe you didn't appreciate the importance of this truth before, the impact of it on your entire life, your entire personality. There's some real revelation coming to you this week, Scorpio. It could be born out of this exploration of this connection. It could be born out of this feeling that a part of your life is dying. It could cause you to get into this space of feeling that a part of your life is dying. And I do want to reiterate again that the Ten of Swords doesn't mean you're actually dying. It doesn't mean anything bad at all necessarily. It's just shocking for your brain. Our brains like predictability. And where something new enters your life, even if it's a fantastic something new, your brain can freak out a little bit because it's not known. And if you have any tendency toward anxiety, it can ratchet that up. But there is a truth here. It's really positive, glorious stuff. You're finding you're finding healing. You're finding a real middle space in your life where there have been extremes. Just look at the Temperance card. It's just glowing with positive energy that's supporting you. It's really coming out of a cave into bright sunlight, and yeah, it just feels really good. So I feel here some anxiety about shifting and changing, because maybe that's a little bit uncomfortable because of the lack of predictability about what's going to happen next. But I think that through this really catalytic connection with another human being, you're finding the deeper part of yourself, and it feels very good. It's very calm. It's an energy that's very supportive. It's quite beautiful. I'm going to pull one more card for you, sort of your bonus card. Let's see if there's any further guidance around all of this from Spirit. Knight of Pentacles. There's something about this shifting and growing that you're doing, this connecting, this exploration of intimate connection that is moving you forward toward a new opportunity, a new space of physical security, a new space perhaps of financial blessing for you. I think it's going to be quite a nice development, whoever this person is that you're meeting or getting closer to this week. I think it has the potential to be something very solid, where the two of you support one another and collectively you're in a better space physically, financially, than you would have been alone. Emotionally as well, I think, but that's not really what the Pentacles speak to. I'm going to pull one of the Oracle of Mystical Moments cards for you and finish this off, Scorpio. You have number 16, Eva. Let me focus her. There we go. Look up the book for you. Duplicity, deception, caution. Out of the jungle steps a woman, half of her body covered with exotic plants and flowers. A snake wriggles around her neck. The woman presents herself like a sweet fruit to be picked. She offers excitement and novelty, but be careful. Her kiss could be as toxic as the bite of the snake. Like a deceitful friend or lover, her unreadable countenance masks her true intentions. Wow, that's not what I was expecting. So I think it's always good to be just a bit cautious. It is possible that this new connection holds in it the possibility of something toxic. But what my intuition is telling me right now is that this is an extension of your brain's fears because of its the unpredictability, okay? Now, there is a snake around this woman's neck. There are snakes here, but these are the symbol of healing, right? We have Temperance, which is healing energy. And I don't think, I'm not going to tell you not to keep your eyes open, of course, but I feel like this is your fear. Your fear is popping up and saying, watch out, you got to be careful, you're getting close to someone, you're being vulnerable, you're being intimate. Don't let your brain chemistry, your brains freak out about the fact that this is new and unknown. Become a self-fulfilling prophecy that it is harmful for you, because I really don't sense that. You'll know if you are aware, if you stay aware. Does it feel good to be with this person? Do you feel like you are enhanced? Do you feel like you are able to be more of yourself with them Because if it is developing in a way where you have to hide your light, where you have to be less than, where there is some constriction to your being and your joy because of the choice to be with this person, none of that feels good, right? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And you start to spend a great deal of time in justification in your mind. Oh, but he, oh, but she, well, it's just that. If you find yourself in that space, certainly there may be something about this connection that is not good for you, and you should explore that. But I would just say don't be overly critical at this point, because I feel like this Eva energy is your fear of new and different and unpredictable. I think that's where I'll leave it for now, Scorpio. I hope that you have a great week. I hope that your end of year, beginning of 2020 is fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's been amazing for me to have this project to work on, and it wouldn't be possible without all of your support. So thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I think that we'll leave it there. I'll wish you a happy new year and a great week, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.